Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well.
Let's sing a song full of hope, full of pain. Why don't you sing along, my friend? For it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong.
Harry, we ready for
it? Memories like this never end. No, they don't fade away. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun.
Giving you a little solo mukbang. I have ordered my favourite meal dish from Waggers. Wagamama is literally my favourite. For my mukbang today we've got my favourite dish, which is the chili chicken ramen. I will show you that in a second, and then we've got some chicken gyozas as well. Ooh, they're so good. This sauce is unreal as well. Can you see the steam coming off of that? I'm so excited to dig in. And it also comes with like a little ladle, but I've got a delicious chili ramen broth. Oh, I've missed this so much. Anyway, whilst I'm opening the food, today I've asked you guys on Instagram whether you want to send me some juicy questions or send in some assumptions about me, and we're going to go through them, have a little chatty catch up, see what you guys are wanting to hear from me. Oh baby, this looks so good. Look at that steamy hot sexy broth with chilies, onions, bean sprouts. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit uncultured and I can't use my chopsticks for my, well I could, but I just prefer to use a fork. I'm gonna dive right in with a cue. Actually no, I need a gyoza first. So I bet I'm gonna spill this all over my bed. I can like feel it in my bones. There's also a Chelsea football game on, so I might have to intermittently pause the video because outside it's very loud. Lots of boys chanting. I forget with solo mukbangs, like, how much am I going to keep in of me chewing? Like, do people actually care about that bit? Isn't the reason of a mukbang to, like, see people eating? The sauce is just next level. To be fair, I always get hungry when I watch mukbangs. I usually try and watch mukbangs when I'm, like, eating dinner or something myself. I actually want to make these. I think me and Aidan might have a go at making, like, our own gyozas at home. I did, like, a little workshop with Wagamama. I know like the logistics of doing it now, so I would love to like make my own with Aidan. My first question is quite interesting. It's an assumption and it says that I am against fillers or girls getting surgery. And I'm assuming this assumption has come because obviously on my Instagram I post a lot of like body positive, like confident, empowering, like, well that's what I try and post on Instagram, like empowering stuff, like me just existing in my size without having to make a big deal out of it sometimes, and like just being happy and confident in who I am and not giving a shit about what anyone else thinks about me. So I guess that comment I'm assuming has come from that sort of thing, that I would be obviously against surgery because it sort of goes against what I stand for. Like I want women to feel liberated and empowered and confident in themselves without having to change who they are, which I do agree with. But if a girl wants to get surgery because it's going to make her feel happier and better about herself, then fuck it. Like, you need to just do what makes you happy. Like, it's your life. It's like, when I get worried and start like overthinking things and worrying about people judging me, like I need to just always remember that, like, I don't know, like, who gives a shit what anyone else thinks about you? You just need to focus on you and do what makes you happy. Like, it just makes me sad more than anything that girls feel the need to change themselves because of the media and how they've been made to feel by either other people or social media and growing up and things. Like, obviously insecurity has come from like an outside source, which does make me really sad because I don't think anyone needs surgery unless it's obviously to help you physically, like with your health, or something that's going to like benefit you health wise. I don't think surgery, I don't think surgery is necessary or that anyone needs it, because I think everyone is so beautiful in their own way, which is so cringy. And I feel like I'm like your mum saying that to you, like, you're beautiful in your own way, which I feel like when I was a teenager I was like, oh shut up, I'm gross, I'm ugly, or whatever, you know, all the shit that you say when you're a teenager. But yeah, no, I believe everyone has like their own beauty outside and inside, and obviously the inside is the most important thing anyway. So it just makes me sad that people feel like they have to change how they look on the outside because something has made them so insecure that they feel the need to change it, because that is inevitably why people get filler or surgery, right? Because they've been made to feel like their lips are too small. Or I'd love to have a chat about that in the comments, to be honest, like to know what your guys' opinion is on that. Like, do you think are you against fillers and surgery, or do you understand why people get them? Like, I do understand why it's happened, but I just feel sad that it's happened. But yeah, I'll support you all you want if that's what you want to do to make you happy. I think if you were my friend, I'd try and not talk you out of it, because again, like it's what's going to make you happy, but I just would be like, oh, you look fine just the way you are. It's so sad that you can't see you how I see you, sort of thing. Genuinely, nothing makes me happier than this chili chicken ramen and the broth. Like, I could literally eat this every single day of my life and I don't think I'd get bored of it. Like, it's my absolute favourite food. Okay, next one. This is quite a juicy one as well. So I've got, most of your meals or food is gifted or part of a partnership. No shade, go get that coin. So if you follow me on Instagram, you might see that I post like a photo of a meal or like a dessert or some sort of food item, and it will say like PR invite or press invite, which means that the like meal is like complimentary or gifted. I have to disclose that because it's part of the ASA guidelines, which is like the advertising guidelines in the UK. I think it probably looks like I get a lot of gifted meals, which I think I'd say that I get a fair few. There's like no nice way to put this, is there? I think a lot more people also do the same who have like a social or online on social media. They either just don't post the stuff or they don't disclose it, which they should. I mean, following the guidelines, I think it might look like, oh god, fuck's sake, like she keeps putting press invite. But the only reason I share them to my stories, like I'm not obligated to do that. The only reason I share them is because I want to thank the restaurant or company that have invited me there, and I'll only post stuff that I recommend, because since moving to London, like when people come down for day trips or weekend trips with like their boyfriend, their friends, their family, I get messages asking like the best restaurants, bars, food places to go. So I think by going to these places, like when I'm invited and stuff, although I don't have to post anything, it is good because I get to try these places out, recommend them, and I only post them or review the items on social media if I think they're worthy of other people spending their money on them, and I post them because I would go there and spend my own money again, if that makes sense. It's just like a perk of the job. I speak about this in one of my vlogs that either has gone up before this or after, where I talk about like events and press invites to like events and situations like that. Like I sort of go into this a little bit in detail. Yeah, it's like obviously a perk of the job, like getting to have complimentary meals and gifted meals, but it is also like there's like the work side of things. A bit of a difficult one. I'd say I do get a fair bit here and there, but then obviously me and Carrie cook at home, which we definitely are going to try and do more of. I think me and Carrie want to do a lot of like cooking videos and more mukbangs like in the flat, like we did when we first started, which I think we've stopped doing that as much because we've been out and about, restaurants have opened and things, and lockdown, there was not much to do apart from cooking and mukbanging, you know. More mukbangs and cooking videos at home to come, if that's what people want to see. I usually find like slurping quite a disturbing sound, unless I'm in Wagamama, then I find it like really soothing. It's quite a horrible sound, isn't it? Sorry about that. Oh, someone's asked about my graduation ceremony and how it went. Hopefully by the time you see this, my graduation vlog will be up and live. It was so weird, like in so many ways it was overwhelming, and so many ways it was underwhelming. If you've been watching since the uni vlogs, you will know how much uni meant to me, like in changing my perspective on life, and like I came so far mental health wise at uni and in my confidence and stuff. So uni was like a massive stage of my life, like that I will always like be so grateful for. And for the fact that graduation was taken away from us last year was so gutting, because I felt like this whole last year where I've been waiting to have this graduation ceremony like a year later, I felt like I had this like weird gap in my life where I had no like closure from uni life. It was so awful for me anyway. I'm sure some students out there will probably relate, like having this weird like stage of their life that hadn't been closed off. Like I know it's not that deep to some people, but to me it really was. So it was nice to finally have that closure, get to see people from my course. And I'm not gonna lie, it made me so emotional when I was like sat in my seat and they started playing the trumpets. I started like welling up, and I was like to my friend, oh my god, like I feel like I'm about to cry. And then I had to like compose myself, and then when my course started getting called like from the first person like in the alphabet on my course, I started like crying again. Like I just thought how I was just suddenly became like a proud mum of everyone on my course, and like we all managed to get through 3 years at university all together, and we've learned so much and all grown into like amazing men and women. And I just really got very emotional. Like I sat there and I was like, shit, I need to compose myself. And I'm really bad at that these days. Like I can't stop crying. Like I'll hysterically cry. I've been doing it every time I've gone to the theatre recently. Like I used to get really emotional at the end of like a musical or a show anyway, because I don't know, because I used to do it a lot. I don't know if I've got like some weird like emotional attachment to it and like being on stage, or I just get really emotional because I'm in awe of everything. But recently, like I'm hysterically crying throughout the entire performance. Like there's got to be something wrong with me. There's got to be something wrong with me, because I am like quite a crier anyway, and quite an emotionally in touch person. But it's just been getting out of hand. I just felt so overly emotional. I had to really like detach myself from the situation, like to stop myself from crying before I went onto the stage. There was still like an underwhelming sensation. Like after it finished, I was like, oh, okay, time to hand my gown and cap back in. The time went so quickly, and I was like, right, now we're off. But we made the most of it because my mum and dad and Aidan were there, and my brother was there for most of it, and then he had to head off. We went to the mailbox, which is like my favourite place to go to like eat with my friends when I was at uni. So it was really nice to like go back there and see how they'd like done up the like outside area and that. It was nice to be back in Lincoln again, but it just felt like bit different. Yeah, just all the emotions. So yeah, overall this graduation ceremony went well. Like nothing bad happened. But yeah, let me know if you've seen the vlog already. I'm hoping that I have got it up by now. The ramen's actually really good for a mukbang because it stays hot for so long because of the broth. Someone's asked me how much money I make. Super random. I think financial questions are like quite popular, I think, in the YouTube industry. Like I don't even make money through YouTube, like barely. I literally make like £100 a month on YouTube AdSense. So that clearly doesn't pay my bills or my London rent. So yeah, I get £100 through YouTube every month, like roughly, sometimes higher if I've had a good month, but YouTube does not get me any income. Instagram is where I get my main source of income. I get money through affiliate links. So again, a couple hundred a month on affiliate links. And then I make the rest of my money on Instagram, which obviously differs from month to month depending on what brand work I do. Money comes in through brands because they suggest an idea to me and I agree whether I think that it's going to be a good fit for me or not. And then yeah, accept or decline. I feel like I don't want to give that same answer that every person on here does, but the world is so judgmental with people online that whatever figure I said, I'd have people like down my throat telling me that I shouldn't be earning that much or I should be earning more, or like let's say within the last year I have been able to live comfortably, yeah, pay my bills, live comfortably, and the most financially secure I've ever been in my life. So I've got most of my money in my savings, to be honest, anyway. So many police cars, man. But yeah, next time if you're going to ask something like that, be a little bit more specific rather than saying how much do I make. Like, did you mean per day, per week, per month, per year? If I do another video like this, or an assumptions video, or a state or shot it, be a bit more specific, and I might spill some beans. Some brand, if it's like a single Instagram post or a single share of something on my Instagram, the fee will be a lot smaller. If it's like a long-term partnership where I'm working with the brand for a year or doing a few posts over a couple of months, then it'll obviously be a bigger fee, and usage rights comes into that quite a lot of the time. So a brand will pay extra to be able to use any content that I create on their social media and have like usage rights for like 6 months or a year or however many months they want it. So yeah, there's lots of different ways to make money doing like social media online, which I'm happy to like delve further into. I think I've dipped my toe in a couple of times in some videos. But yeah, I'm more than happy to talk about it because me and Carrie discuss it a lot and work on things like that a lot because of consistency, our social media brand. I will leave it down below. Feel free to privately message me, by the way, about any of these like financial questions on social media, because I find it so interesting to talk about. I just get scared like publicly putting it on the internet in a video now because people can be mean. I am gonna end this video here because otherwise it's gonna be way too long and I don't know how long you can bear with me just chatting shit and eating. So thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know if you want me to do it more often with maybe some guests. I've got some cool videos in the pipeline, so let me know what you want to see and I will try my best to get it out. And yeah, peace and love. Have a fab day, evening, week, weekend, and don't ever